Hey everybody, my name's Randy Wittes and this is my shop full of stuff. So today on the Chevelle, 67 Chevelle, as you know, we've saved this fender, made a door gap. Now we also made this gap. Remember, I could just about stick my finger down in there, so we cut that, added pieces in. Now we're good to go. So next gap, I kind of had to how do we say, do a happy medium. Basically, I lined up these front edges right here as best I could, because we can't change that a lot. I mean, yeah, if you had to, you cut the hood off, you know, and I've done that before. I turned a regular Malibu hood into a Super Sport hood. Not really, it was rusted out. The Super Sport was rusted out in the front. Had a good Malibu hood. I cut the front off literally and pieced it in. That was a long time ago when I was 17. So I'm used to cutting crap up. So anyway, back to what we were doing. Squirrel! This gap's tapered, but pretty close. A little wide down here, no biggie. Well, it is a biggie. So when we go to do the molding, might be an issue. So we'll work on that. This one's really close. That one's a little wider. This one's completely screwed. Not really. It's just really tight here. A little bit of a gap here, and it's actually the hood that's bowed, not the fender. I've already checked that. So that means we gotta make this gap back here and tighten this one up. Stay tuned for what we figure out we're gonna do. Ready, set, go. No. Whoopsie. Gonna hurt. All right, so after further investigation, when you're playing with gaps, there's a lot of things to consider, like moldings, grills. You figure, oh, well, I'll fix all those gaps. Well, when you get down to here, and you know, you need to make sure your molding's flat across here. But okay, we got to add a little bit up in here to fill this gap to make it where we want it. And that's this thick. I think this is 5/16. As you can see, let's go that way. Got to fill a little bit, maybe 1/16 of an inch. So where do we add that? Do we add that on this side? Do we add it on this side? Well, I put this piece up there. This was nice and flat against here. This piece isn't easy to move or adjust at all. So I put the hood piece on. Make sure we put it on the right way. And decided all my holes are slotted. They've got a little room to move. That's fine. Check your center. Mine has a dent in it, of course. I had to slot these two holes a little bit to move it over to there. You see that little scribe line? That's where that gap needs to end up. And I even went a little bit farther, just in case. It gives me a little playroom, so Gives me playroom on that side. Gives me playroom on this side to come over. So we measure that now. Let's just go right in there. That will be good. And we can also split the difference between the two if we don't like it. And we're, again, talking very minimal. As far as if we had to split the difference. So right there is going to be a tight gap, and it's right there, just barely on that edge. And slide that over just a tad. Right there. So you see, boom. Now we are, well, you know, you get the point. Holy cow, it's hard to hold the molding, hold the camera, and do this. So we're pretty well centered. And now let's look at this side. We should be good when we figure that out. Okay. On to the next step, and that's going to be grinding here, adding here, grinding there, and the same thing through there and over there. Adding. See you in a minute. All right, so let's get to do a little grinding. Not gonna take much. Okay, let that slide across there because I want to make sure I put it back where, okay, we're flat there. What's happened is the gap has changed. I mean, I had a gap, and now I don't have a gap. I mean, it's kind of there. It's barely there, but not really. I can't stick this down in there. That's up right there. That is flat. That's pretty flat. Got to make this fit as well as this fit before I do any more. Something weird's going on, and I don't know what it is. I had a gap all the way down here, and I don't now. Figure out what's happening. Gonna fix some of this stuff. Just gotta roll, which you kind of should. This all kind of tapered into the old hoods, and this is, I don't know. The gap is the same here. Gotta make sure all that, that's messed up, so we have to fix that. That's okay. We can fix it. That's a lot of fixing to do. Let's square it off. Push that down. We're good there. What do we have over here? Well, this wasn't damaged. And that's just flat as can be. Pretty much all the way up. What's that feel like? What's that feel like? That feels flat and concave right there. Okay. Let me figure out what's happening through here. Let me get this up where it needs to be and this down. And we'll continue. Well, takes as much work as grinding a gap. Now look how bad I messed up that hood trying to make it better. I just don't make this aftermarket stuff. Very dang thick. I'm trying to keep everything level as possible. I can't adjust this much. Well, I can't at all, really. There's no adjustment. The only thing I don't even want to do that. I was going to say I could build it up, and I don't want to mess with all this. And I need to grind this paint off this edge if I'm getting an accurate but what I want to show you is what I'm trying to look at is here. I'm running the edge down. All looks pretty good, edge to edge, and I start losing a little here, meaning this is a little bit high, which, you know, body filler could take care of it. Not a big deal. I'm losing, yeah, that's losing a little. Anyway, that's bad. So I've got to arch that a little bit more from here to there. I'm going to arch that by, I don't know, let me get my hammer. This one, curved face. Gotta come with a happy medium on that. That's better. It's not rocking anymore. Well, that is changed. Well, not much. We went from there to there. Holy cow. You do one thing and it moves. Still working. That's good. I'm teeter-tottering. See if I teeter-totter, which I do here, but I don't back here. And I can build this edge, the fender edge, easier than I can build this edge. There's like a big hump right there. Flat spot there. And that hump is the same spot over there. Because it's the brace. All right, so remember how I could stick that down in there for most of the way. And now it's tight and it's perfect almost. Tight there. Go back to tight again. Tight, yeah, a little bit. Anyway, our fender to hood ratio, I don't know if you can see, not tilting, but like our doors need to be level and flat. This damaged area, I can bring, like I said, the fender up easier, change this corner easier than I can do that. So we're really close. Back to grinding. See you in a minute. All right, this will drive you crazy. I ground this spot here, got my gap. Now I don't, if you remember that this moved on me and I couldn't get it in here and I needed to grind some more. Well, watch. I literally just shut the hood and now it's fine. Perfect. Okay, it's wide down here. You know that. Okay, so we'll leave that go. We'll call that done. It'll change in the next time I shut the hood. Let's just do that. Let's just see. Shut my light off there. Because I want to just shut the hood, not go back here and push the corners down. Yeah, I can't stick that down either. Can't stick it down, it's stuck. Son of a... That's just not cool. That just makes no sense whatsoever. None. Looks good. Be back. All right, shut the hood with one hand, like so. And never use your palm, you'll dent the hood. Let's see what that gap is. Nope, a little tight there. Tight, 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 tight. Okay. Now what? I have to put the camera down. Both hands. Good little slam. A little slam on the hood. Should use both hands when you shut your hood. I understand, you know, you will bend it. Always do it in the curve. And I didn't push on it. I kind of used my little fingers. Okay. It's all in the slamming of the hood. Slam it. It's like they meant you to do it back in the 60s. See you in a minute. Alright, well there's a couple places we went through. It's gonna happen. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to hit everything that I ground a little bit. Just so it doesn't cause a problem later. What problem's that? I don't know. Splitting, cracking, being a pain. Okay, so this is my little welder, my 110 023 wire. And I've got it on 4, which is max. Didn't crank up the wire speed. I don't want a bunch of fill up in here like this booger that's on it right now. That's just more grinding. I'd rather have the penetration and less grinding. Getting kind of hot. Gotta let her cool. See you in a minute. Temperature down because I want it to be a little colder, build up a little bit on this edge. Well, now we gotta grind that. Have to add a little bit more. Yep, we do. Gotta add a little right there, right there. Gappy right there, a little tight right there, a little tight right there. And, you know, as small as that is, you can see it. And this file doesn't take off much. But I think part of that is the angle. And I just welded that up. More better. What was that? Right there. Great. Move it on. I don't know if I want to mess with that. To be honest with you. It's not that ugly. About the same size as this one. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Moving on to that, and it's more the same. So, this is a quick little video of doing a hood gap. But you get the idea. It's tedious work. Like and subscribe. See you on the next video.